Yeah. Yeah, how's your mind? You can go all day. Yeah, go all around the world, just got a shirt. Okay. Yeah, you're the goddess in my life that I want, girl. Come this way. Yeah, I'm so hot. What to say? What to say? What to say? What to say?
What's up, Mac Day?
What to say?
It still said I got no views in this bitch. And I got one like. This is weird, man.
What to say? Keep on my plane, I'm on the best plans. You can see you ran, and I'm not about to death. I just wanna tell you shit. You can get high, bitch, okay. Yeah, the sex is great, but I love with your spirit. So delirious, you're so furious. Yeah, in a good way. Got me thinking like, why the ocean always do you wrong? Girl, you know this is your favorite song. I'm just gonna put you on. No one is gonna put you on. So try to understand. Yeah, how's your mind? You can go all day. Yeah, go all around the world, just got a shirt. Okay. Yeah, you're the goddess in my life that I want, girl. Come this way. We're so high in the sky, we don't know what to say. What to say? 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 What to say?
Produced by me. You should have heard a plane fly by right there after that. Yo. What's up with you guys? You know what I'm saying? And congratulations, you know what I'm saying? If you're watching this right now, then nigga, you're a powerful spirit. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, just to the most purest, oh man, don't start this shit. I take it to the purest and most depth space, period, nigga. Congratulations. If you watch this, you're a powerful spirit, right? So that being said, it's like a one of a kind in our own way, because all of us are one of a kind. You know what I'm saying? One of a kind is when you know how to create an actual form in an actual form in general. Like, so this is kind of when you know how to create forms, like the allegory of where the body and the form even came from in a whole general perspective. And this is how when we create certain minds for ourselves, certain mind states and things of that nature, it's like that's a form. So it's even, you're even great when the forms you create are like worlds that spirits, you know what I'm saying, worlds that spirits live inside of and shit like that. So you come to the conclusion that when you're creating your little nations and shit like that, the big ass forms you create, it's so broad that you don't even know like you don't even know what to call it down here, because when you're in those spaces, in those esoteric realms, in those spiritual realms, you come to the conclusion that you really can't name it anything at that point, because this is your relationship with God, and your relationship with God is so powerful. Is that like God will give you confirmation that the things you're doing at the moment, it may seem difficult, they may seem hard, they may seem unstable, they may seem not balanced, but the whole point is to create something out of that nothing. You know what I'm saying? And play out all those names for yourself. So whatever uh, chaos or crazy shit or turbulence or earthquake like energy that comes in your world, you know how to separate that from what's you got going on for you, period. So now you're in spaces where you know where these things even come from a broad perspective, right? So when you're one of a kind in general, one of a kind is self-explanatory. So there's no you're one of a kind. So you're one of a kind. One we're all individuals. We're all one of this broad perspective. Point of reference for the first time, so you know where your starting point is. Kind. So that kind, which the being you create for yourself, the organs, the mind, the shit you create for yourself is just your own kind. And when we know how to share and connect that and share worlds together, which we do all the time, it's kind of like now we're in spaces of actually like because I'm like from worlds where certain spirits when we already create our one of a kind body and shit like we know how to swim and then share our little experiences together, just you know what I'm saying, just if you want to and shit like that. But I'm just talking like I want to get y'all on this type of level, so when you see what I'm trying what I'm saying, then you can understand like, man, this world really ain't even like all that for real though. It's like this world is like some shit that that's like copying some other mind that's not even like that's trying to get to a certain mind state, but it's not. It can't get there because for you to get to that certain mind state, the mind that you create for yourself in general is based solely on the purpose of either you incarnating or reincarnating and shit like that. And you know, it's you always want to be the percentage level of whatever you choose to do. You want to choose that. Do you want to choose to? If you're gonna choose to reincarnate, at least reincarnate with more broader awareness. So when you come back down here, and people see you as the most brightest thing, the most brightest light, the most brightest spirit, the like some ancient ancestral or whatever spirit, right? Now, if you choose to incarnate, that's when you choose that you're done with this experience down here. You didn't already outgrown this experience. You know what I'm saying? You didn't already learn the whole lot of the school. You didn't already. So now you know you're not coming back. So, and if you're confirmed about this, you know from confirmation, and you actually because you already know it based on like even your dreams and shit and all that shit. You'll know based on what's going on and how far you are, like what's the more percentage level of where should be, right? So when you're in that space, you come to conclusions and outcomes that okay, yeah, I know I ain't come back at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas like me, I know I ain't come back. You know, so I didn't already been here so many times in so many different forms, in so many different lifetimes, in so many different eons. Like I can finally understand and see like why things play out in certain ways in my life, but and nothing is negative or nothing is positive. It's all just like from me being a spirit choosing to experience these experiences because uh I'm always the creator. I'm always the observer of these situations. So I know my little piece of the puzzle and what I added to this shit and things of that nature. So shit like that. And like we all got like our footprints in the sand too. Like I preach that a lot because that's like a true thing. There's things that we all do. There's things that we all did that was like no one could name, no one could actually pinpoint like how does cat or how does chick do that. See, the thing is that whatever it is that we did, to us it may not have seemed so crazy. Like it may not have seemed so miraculous. It may have not seemed so like you know what I'm saying. But see, that's not the point. I guess at this point, that's not the point. That's like God showing you that like man, you just know how to do that. That's like it's in you, not on you. You can't fake the funk. You know what I'm saying? The people that fake the funk try to do it, and they try to do it because they seen other people do it, and they want to wear it at that point. But see, if you're wearing it, the energy is kind of phony at that point because now you're in spaces of where you're doing it because you're searching for a sense of validation. Now, if you're gonna do it within, you're gonna start within first. then you're doing it because you're actually you know the starting points. You know that if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it like because I know I can do it. You know what I'm saying? And I got the fire within me. You know what I'm saying? I got the shit within me, and I know that nigga, whatever foundation, whatever study, whatever false mirror I see, or whatever, all that shit. It's kind of like I know that where these things even derive from as a spirit, because I'm wise enough to know as a spirit that all these things are just elements created from all the air, fire, earth elements that all constructed it and molded together to create a shit like that. And I can see why left field or field to right field during situations instead of just being as is. Because when you as is, you can like be in that equilibrium and be in that space. And now you're already understanding your both sides to yourself, like both aspects to your mind. So now you know how you move. You know what I'm saying? And like you know that you know certain things. You know you've been down here for a long time. When the certain minds and bodies you didn't create it for yourself, you can always come back to it. Like you can always get back to them. Like you know how to get back to those and see what you were doing, or you know how to remember. Like it's like difference. Like you know how to remember certain. Like you got the keys. Like you got certain shit that you maneuver and you like you can pinpoint. So it's like you got all types of minds that you didn't create for yourself. Like nigga, I got mad names for myself. I choose not to express all that shit because then I may fall short and fall short to that actual thing of how I even like, you know what I'm saying, some shit. Because some minds I created for myself weren't all good. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as good or bad, but minds I created for myself weren't all like sufficiently ready for this realm of reality, or sufficiently ready for but see, that's not the point. The point is I know I was men so many times, I was woman so many times, so I already know like the whole aspects of it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got, you know what I'm saying, all this check jet check jet, star pilot, pilot scream, jet diamonds, what's up, what else, a bunch of shit. So it's like but I choose not to express all these things in some characters I don't even need to show at this point, because I'm fine with just Jet Sparks, because Jet Sparks is like the best thing that represents the thing that I already know, that I've been doing this shit for a long ass time. And like it's at the end of the day, it's either this, nigga, are you riding flights or you not? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you ride, nigga, just ride that flight. You know what I'm saying? When you ride that flight, you don't need a light. You know what I'm saying? You say fuck the light, and the light ain't shit to you. The light is just a tool, and you invert it and make it a flight. So when you ride that flight, you have no choice but to ride out of sight. And when you ride out of sight, you know what I'm saying? You don't hold or get attached to anything down here, nigga. You create your own shit in the spiritual realm and things like that, of that nature. So the nigga like me, I not took over the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension. So I already know shit about that in tally. I don't even need to. I already know. So nigga, I already know myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's time for y'all to know yourselves too. So if you're watching this, nigga, you are a spiritual ascended master. You are one of a kind. You are all that shit. Because for you to even find channels like Minds and Dolo the Pilot Man and you know, all these soul group members and shit like that, it's kind of like since we're already connected in the spiritual realm in general, the way we think and feel, like it don't even like see foreign shit, like it don't seem like the norm. And when you travel out of bounds, you start to come to the conclusion that spirits that be in those spaces too, they can call you can call them ancestors, whatever you want to call them. But see, at that point, it's like you call them names and that, because it's like once you know, and just know they fuck with you just for you to even be in spaces like these. So when you're in these spaces like that, then you can like come back down here with all new types of knowledge, new types of awarenesses, and new types of shit. So it's like what y'all doing with y'all just like y'all it's like y'all updating each other's equipments for each other and things like that. And then you're doing it for yourself, because then you're aware of certain maneuvers and shit, like certain looks and shit like that. So you're tuning your shit up and things of nature. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're with God, right? if you're with God, it's like nigga, where you just you gotta connect with people. Like you gotta be it's a situation wherever you are that you because the way the shit you're kicking, the shit you're preaching, the shit you're into, the only way for you to actually get that shit out and for real in the world, you got to connect with people like the soul group. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So people that think and feel similar like you. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like when we get to a space where we know where we connect in that type of aspect down here in 3D, then that's like since we already took over the world in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension, now we can actually come together and then just do it down here too. So nigga, like it'll even be easier because when we do it down here, just we'll create some big ass portal cloud, and it's some crazy shit we can do. So we just bring all that shit down here, all our worlds, all our mentalities, all the stars, all the waters, all the moons, all the suns, all that shit. We just bring it down here, then we can create a whole actual real community of spiritual motherfuckers, a whole neighborhood, a whole shit. Then we can get to levels like that. But first, you gotta be in a space in a state of thinking of nigga when we connect, like the men when we connect. The first thing that should really be in our mind, like fuck the chitter chatter and shit. Like, man, we already know, like, nigga, when we connect, nigga, what are we building? Yo, yeah, I got this foundation over here. I peep game. I seen like these buildings over here. Seen these that neighborhood over there. I seen that school. It looks abandoned. I seen that. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, let's put the money to the pot and let's get this shit correlated. You know what I'm saying? And so y'all should already know that little. We already so we're already connected like that because men are men. So we already understand shit like that. So we already know the thing what to attack first. So fuck whatever's going on in general. We have that mentality. So we like our what's the thing that we create? Faith, belief, and imagination. You got faith in that, you got belief in that, you put your imagination to that. That's a cloud that has to come down. So when it comes down, the certain mentalities and minds y'all have for each other, the shit is like it's like you already got the shit. You don't really even gotta say it like that, but it's like you can just hint to certain shit. Like you don't gotta go all out. Like yeah, now you just be in a presence of like it's like at this point it's like a genuine presence that you know that you're when y'all connecting, y'all know y'all, but we should be building. Period. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Let's work on this house. Even if we got to start from scratch, nigga. Like let's all even if you don't know how to build a house, let's learn. Let's learn this shit. You know what I'm saying? It don't hurt to learn. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What do you think B be doing when they be building dams? It's the same thing. We should be doing the same thing. If we doing this spiritual realm, what makes you think we're not supposed to do the 3D realm? We make everything real down here. We make this shit real. So don't live in La La Land and think, oh, we gotta wait for individuals to do just this shit for us. We can do this shit for real in real time. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool if y'all know certain spaces, and so like that's why I posted certain shit on my YouTube. And I seen certain other places too, but but so it's kind of like motherfucking, and that's no excuse. Like I'm gonna still post those up too. But I seen in my area, I seen like y'all seen the Dollar General in my shit, in one of my shorts. I posted that too. It's empty as fuck. Yeah, I think I tried everything to get in contact with these motherfuckers. Ain't no one pick up. Ain't no one like, yeah, these cats. So I ain't giving up. That don't mean shit. I'm still searching. I'm still scouting in my area. So what I'm actually doing is I still got faith and belief and imagination that this shit can succumb and things like that, things of that nature, that I can actually get these shits secluded, get these shits, you know what I'm saying, connected and shit like that. So when I get my little 1-2 going on, then even when I do travel in the world for real, I got the creative mindset, I got the spark mindset, so I can come up with conclusions to pick out certain geographical locations or where we can set up shop, or not even that. It don't even gotta go that deep. Like if we got all men in the car at the moment, and we're on a mission, and we have that. Man, this shit's not funny, dude. All right, man. What the fuck, man? Sorry, y'all. This shit ain't shit, dude. These niggas ain't shit. Check it out, right? So I hope we back. But yeah, check it out, right? With that being said, we want to be in spaces like that. So whatever it is that we're doing, whatever it is that we're accumulating in this real life. Oh yeah, we can do. So whatever it is that we're doing in this real life, we all got this mindset of where we want to build and we want to get together. And then when we build and get together, the spiritual shit, like us connecting on some other shit will start to correlate. And like I said, it's even better if we're all men with our consorts, where because then we're in spaces of where, man, that's some powerful shit, y'all don't even understand. That's some shit where we can just, nigga, we could already take over the world at that point, because we're all, you tell me we got a we got a neighborhood, a geographical location, a school, whatever you want to call it, where nigga we all go live, we all make videos, we all do this, go astrology, horoscope, tarot cards, music, politics, you know what I'm saying, some sort of religion, you know what I'm saying, some sort of entertainment, some sort of acting, some sort of get together, some sort of cookout energy, some sort of whatever you want to call it, some sort of uh get everything, but it's all tied to spiritual shit, nigga. Like that's some whole other shit that like we can just do as spirits that can change the minds of like these police, like these regular individuals, these regular citizens, these people like that, because they have no choice but to support that, because they see that's the most, whatever they're doing, they're not only are they being spiritual with it, but it seems stable, you know what I'm saying, it seems unique, it seems different, it seems one of a kind, you know what I'm saying, it seems one of a kind. You didn't never seen some shit like that. That's the whole point. We're supposed to be down there to be one of a kind. So when the one of the kinds connect, the only kinds we can create is the new race, the new, and then if you choose to bring down kids down here, these kids, and we all ascend away into some in our worlds, and you know what I'm saying, shit like that. Then these kids run shit. These kids run the whole shit. Nigga, we become like the shadow government, but it ain't even the shadow government, because we ain't in the shadows at that moment, nigga. We could create some whole new name at that point. It don't gotta be no shadow, but we become the new government, new everything, and then like the world has no choice at that point, because nigga, you're not gonna listen to our kids, you're not gonna listen to the spiritual tribe, you gonna listen to what, nigga? Like, let's be realistic, let's be serious at this point, nigga. Ain't no one about to like listen to no bum ass bum in the street, or no bum ass pope that don't know what the fuck they be talking. Like, nigga, they gonna listen, because if we change the pope's mind, if we change these cats, like the shadow government's mind, then and they already fucking with our family spiritual tribe, then they gonna want to be a part of that, especially like they gonna want to be a part of that shit too, because they see that shit as some other shit. So that's how we like this. That's how a soul group is like created, like a real soul group, and that's how we change the actual world. And then the whole world becomes like some soul group shit, and then that, like, nigga, y'all, it's like, and like when we do shit like that, we're already in spaces of where, like, nigga, like, not only is this did this world turn into we bring God's world down here, but now any other entities or beings that come into this realm of reality, they have no choice but to be God's vessel, God's real child, God's real children. And so when that happens, the whole thing is that when we ascend out, or whatever you want to call it, ascend, or you know what I'm saying, be birthed out in that realm of reality, in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension, we get born out with real spiritual predecessors that have been there, done that. And when we connect with them, we got the actual spiritual tribe that we came down here with in general, and then they become like our kids, our uncles, our aunties, our moms, or whatever, our grandparents, or whatever that shit, our friends, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But it's all that we're still family at the end of the day. We're still some spiritual family at the end of the day, and then that's some whole new other shit that we're doing in general. So the fuck. So it's like that in a way. I don't know what the fuck. I know what I thought that was a fucking animal. Like, cause nigga, I ain't gonna lie, my man, this area is full of motherfucking skunks and raccoons and shit like that. Like, these skunks ain't shit. These cats just be shitting. That's all they be doing. These raccoons ain't shit too. These raccoons ain't shit. But yeah, besides that, it's like, nigga, you know, so it's like we gotta play the vessel. We gotta play out, like, if you really wanna be about that life, then do it with God. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't be about that life and then participate with demons and the devil. Like, you nigga, the devil or the demons ain't about no life. Period. That's why they're demons and devils. Nigga, the lives they create for themselves is routine and patterns and suffers and crumbs and shit like that. And you can like some piece of the bread loaf instead of getting the whole loaf energy. Like, these cats just, you know what I'm saying, you won't really do anything with just being a demon, following demons and devils and shit like that. Now when you're with God, now whatever you're doing, it can look just like how the demon and devil is participating, but the only difference is that you're with God. So it seemed more godly, it seemed more respectable, it seemed more different, it seemed more not ever seen like this. Like it seems more foreign, you know what I'm saying? It seems more authentic, it seems more consistent, it seems more shit like that. So it's kind of like you have no choice but to, you know what I'm saying, do that and then participate with shit like that. So, you know, we're all in this we're all doing we're all doing this shit and things of that nature, and we don't gotta worry about the actual like people's the minds and people's ways of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in a space of where the way we think is the real mind. If you want to talk about mind, the real mind is our mind, the way we think. So I'm saying, so the world has no choice but to participate in the way we think and feel and shit and things of that nature. So it's like some shit that we do as spirits, and when we connect as a spiritual tribe, is whatever we're doing to connect in general, right? Whatever we're doing to connect, she was on the whole time. I didn't know that. Whatever we do, whatever we do to connect in general, right, is whatever we do to connect in general is like the real thing, the right way and how to go upon it. Because now we're in spaces of where like we're not doing it for no ego shit. We're not doing it for no selfish shit. We're not doing it for no oh no, I want to be in this place. Oh, I want to be no. We're just doing it because nigga, we're doing it because we're spiritual. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really got to worry about the negative shit that we go through, because the negative shit that we go through is a testimony from God to prove that only we can go through some situations like that. Only we can barge heads and shoulders with that. But we ain't barging no heads or shoulders. It's just that like we're all trying to find some new creative way on how to go upon situations. You know what I'm saying? And since we're so creative in general, we want to know on how to relate that with the realm, with the world in general. So when we relate that with the world, now we have new ways on how to relate, think, and feel, and share that nature and put that shit together, and then you know, do all types of little shit, you know, all types of 357 stairs in air and shit like that, nigga, all types of new worlds and new ways of thinking and feeling and shit like that. So it's kind of like we're in spaces of where if you have the energy, then put it out there. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be worth it if you don't have the energy. But see, listen, for you to even be into spirituality and individuality and shit like that, you already have some sort of energy worked out there that you're interested in. You know what I'm saying? You may do some shit behind closed doors, that's some spiritual shit that you never relate that to the actual world, but you relate that to the universe. So when you relate that to the universe, that's the energy work on its own, right? So now so it's like you're doing something in the universe, you're doing something to connect to the universe. So when you do that, like you have no choice but to actually just like when you do want to participate. See, like I got one person watching, but I got 2 likes. So I don't know what, like I'm saying, this is weird. Like so I'm telling you, I'm shadow banned. So I'm letting y'all know right now. Like my numbers be going up and down too. I be peeping game, but so this shit, this nigga shadow government ain't shit. I be peeping game. But fuck all that, right? And I got see now I say I got whatever. But let's check it out, right? The whole thing is like when we connect and when we're like connecting and shit like that, like the whole idea and like general perspective of things is knowing that like we're all here to become one of a kind. So when we become one of a kind, we can't share our kinds together, right? And when we share our kinds together, now we're in spaces of where we don't really care about the actual you got the thumbs up or you're not. It's like, nigga, we create the thumbs up for individuals to participate in. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended, the likes. You know what I'm saying? And we create the shit. And I don't give a fuck about none of this shit, but we create this, the new words for like, it's like we transmute. It's like, for the best way I can explain it is this. Let's say, all right. The best way I can explain is this. You know how the Shah government got the symbolism of crosses and monacs and what else and all types of shit, right? It's kind of like anytime an individual sees a cross or a monarch or whatever you want to call it, is like the first thing that comes up in your mind, the first thing that comes up in their mind is you. That's how you know, nigga, their energy has been transmuted, you know what I'm saying? And for God too, because now we can bring up new ways and new general principalities and new things of ways of thinking to show the world that what we doing is the new way of living. So it's kind of like whatever whatever we got going on with the shit, you know what I'm saying, with our shit, it's kind of like how are you participating in that energy, you know what I'm saying? How are you flowing with that? Like, go, you know what I'm saying? What's that song? You're yelling, man. Everything is perfect. Hey, yeah, listen. Everything is perfect. Listen, sometimes I know you feel one foot in, one foot out. But listen, the only thing you go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? I just came up with my mind, you know, some real shit. So it's kind of like sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. Cause like not everything, like, well, you gotta see everything as perfect. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see everything as perfect. No matter how flawed, or no matter how many flaws you may think you have, no matter how many shit you may think you be going through, no matter how many insecure, whatever, like, as long as in your mind you have the conclusion that everything is perfect. You know what I'm saying? I know you feel one foot. I'm gonna put that in my, yeah, but check it out, right? So it's kind of like, nigga, the whole thing is like, we all gotta be in spaces of where we communicate that shit, where we consider how we are with each other, that, nigga, we are like, we ain't shit. So now that we realize we ain't shit, nigga, let's become something together. You know what I'm saying? And then by default, when we become something together, or when you become something for God, you have no choice but to be looked at as the shit. You know what I'm saying? You can have zero music out there. You can have no videos, no YouTube videos out there. You can have no art, no shit. As long as you are spiritual, that's all you need. Because then you're with God. Oh, that's all you need. So whatever you do in your real life, nigga, you may not have the actual thing for people to watch you or do something for, but see, you got the energy work. And I say that's a good thing to do. Like if you're spiritual, or you got shit to, like, it's best to just put it online. But let's say you don't, right? Or let's say you got, like, you know, shit like, let's say you got like a few songs out on the internet, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, it ain't really. But see, people know you from the certain logo you had on the song, or the certain flow you had in that song. People would start singing that shit with you. Like, nigga, before I even had, I had some certain song. It was on SoundCloud. It was called Art Time. It was like, it's our time, your time, where we gonna go? So I used to just fuck around and just sing that song in general, right? And I remember when I sang that song, like, I was with some chick and I sang that song, but she didn't know I made music. And I sang that song, and she was like, she kept singing with it. I was like, what the fuck? That really scared me, because I didn't even have any, like, real spirit, like, not spirit, but I didn't have really real music out there at the moment. I thought that was like, and if I did, like, they got deleted, because I don't really fuck with, but it's because, you know what I'm saying, because I used to be trash. I ain't gonna lie, but, like, yeah, when I used to do shit like that, that's just a confirmation from the universe that, like, nigga, like, people may not know you, or let's say I could have just very well been in my ego or whatever, like, and just, she could have just was fucked around and guessed that the correct lyrics or the correct flow at them, because, you know what I'm saying. But see, that's not the point. The point is that, like, the vibe I had, the energy I had behind that, was the intent I had was just for me and God. So I didn't really have too much. I wasn't really taking caring too much about the actual external. I just did it because, nigga, it was like a flow. It was like a vibe came up in my head. I sang the song, and then this chick sang along. What the fuck? The fuck? You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking in my head, like, nigga, like I don't know, but there's some weird shit going on right here. And, like, this is a strange ass world, man. This world is a strange ass world. Like, you never know what be happening. You never know who be watching you. You never know what be actually like, you never know. It's like, you just gotta be spiritual at this point, because when you're spiritual, it's like you are the behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? You are like the gang stalker. You know what I'm saying? You are the everything, because, nigga, for them to even know what the fuck is going on, they gotta watch you, or they gotta understand you, or they gotta see how you be moving. You know what I'm saying? In a 3D world, because they don't know how you be moving in the fourth, 56th dimension, because you got so many bodies, so many actually things you create. Like, you're so way ahead of this shit. So it's like, whatever you be doing, it's like, it ain't even it ain't even really about this world, like, because you don't, because when you created this world, well, when you had your little piece in a puzzle in this world, the world you created for yourself was like you fell first. So as angels, we fell first. So when we fell into this our desires, because for us to even fail, we have to be in a desire, you know what I'm saying, in a flunked out, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So it can go as a certain shit like uh uh like certain words like love, or certain shit like connection, or certain shit like trust, all these type of words. But these are they're not like, these words are certain minds and certain, you know what I'm saying. So angels didn't already, like I said, angels already created the buildings up in the esoteric realm, in the spiritual realm. So we already are hip to certain shit. So when we fell, right, it's kind of like we fell in with all that shit. So now humans and demons, the only thing that they can think and feel is second nature of shit we already been thought and feel eons ago. So it's kind of like we have no choice but to teach these motherfuckers and be like how to get them out of that. Cause nigga, check this out, nigga. We all fell. So the best you know your footprints, the best you know on the shit you did. Now you're getting in a closer relationship with God at that point. You know, nigga. Now you're on your way. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that shit in a way. We're all magi's. We're all mystics. We're all Mazoterians. We're all mental pilots. We're all mastics. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you're a soul group, this is what you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't know your power. You know what I'm saying? You better believe, nigga. You be subconsciously haunting the shadow government just by being yourself. You know what I'm saying? They be like certain shit that you be, especially if you know yourself. But if you don't know yourself, but you're still a spiritual motherfucker, you're still part of, you still be doing the same thing. So it's like you be aware. Like, I mean, you may not be aware, but it's time for you to get aware. So now you can get the bigger mission. Like you can be in the bigger states, bigger awarenesses, bigger fields. You know what I'm saying? The bigger adaptive field, where you want whatever you call adept field or adeptus field. So when you're in those states of realms of realities, now you know how you see the other spirits there, and now you know how to move. You know what I'm saying? Now you don't. So once you're in those worlds, right, and you see how those spirits be moving, you can it's like you can do certain shit there. Like you can barge into certain, like it depends on if how deep you are with it. Like it's like don't be just so a naive spirit and you're just like you're not even like really with, it's like where you gotta be know what the fuck you're doing. But like you could be in certain spaces of where you like know what the fuck you're here to do. You know what I'm saying? So you got your own you got your own blazing star. You got your own, you know what I'm saying? You got your own mind. You got your own creature up there. So now how you move, niggas don't know how you move until you show them, until they show you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, until you show them, and then they show you, and depending on how they show you, that's all depending on how powerful you are. Because for them to even know, like it's like they can still sense a vibe, sense a presence. So when they sense you, that's kind of all the confirmation you know and how powerful you are. But see, when you know you're a powerful spirit in general, thanks for the 3 likes. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 likes but 2 views. So I'm Shadow. I'm like I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm playing with them. So since they want to play with me, I'm gonna start playing with them. So I got 3 likes and 2 views. So I should probably have views, right? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? But yeah, so with that being said, it's like nigga, when you're in those spaces, it's kind of like now you're in spaces where you know how the fuck you be doing, how the fuck you be maneuvering up in that world. So when you maneuver and do your little 1-2, you know, like you're on a bigger pit, you're on a bigger mission now. So now you can, if you choose to, you can like communicate with certain individuals. You can talk to certain individuals. You can participate with certain energies with certain individuals. Because when you do that, now you know better ways of how you move as a spirit. You know what I'm saying? And this movement you do as a spirit is just a general perspective or a general uh relationship or how I say this, way of thinking, at least for yourself, to know on how far you can treat a situation, how far you can treat certain individuals in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because even certain individuals, certain friends, certain people that you may not be aware of, certain co-work, all that shit, everybody, like you come to the conclusion that we all have the ability to get to these spaces, but see, if they're not spiritual, then they don't know, because by default we're already in that world already. Now it's just on you. So basically, your your air would be your swords. You know what I'm saying? Your protection would be your shield, right? And this is like the best way I can explain it, but it's really it's not this. It's not even this, but this is the best way like on how I can structure your mind so you can understand what I'm trying to say. Like your airs will be your sword, right? Your protection and shit like that. What how to protect your soft spots, all that shit will be the earth. Would be this so it'll be the shield, right? Your fire, the flame will be your movement, how you move, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Your emotion, your water will be how you conceal. So what I basically just said, you don't really be doing that shit, but you be doing it, but you don't. It's like it don't really look like that because it's something that you already. So it can lead to you. It's weird. It's like you gotta be there to understand that. Like if you're there, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. So it's like you have no choice but to do certain movements, do certain shit as a spirit that we brought to down here to even when we move in general. That's why they create that term redshift as a spirit. When the sun doesn't move, but when the sun moves, they create like an allegory of the redshift. That's why the first house would be Aries, Mars. Shit. That's what they say, right? So it's really just an allegory of the redshift of the movement of the sun. So when the sun be moving, that's a whole redshift on its own. Now, fuck all that shit when you're in those realms and when you be moving as a spirit, you be creating certain rest shifts, certain shifts. Like it's kind of like if you can walk into like a room, right, or walk into an environment, right, and you can see how certain spirits are moving, and you can say something, right, but your words become like the flame, your words become the fire. So it's like a mix of the air, the air and fire will be the masculine, water and earth will be feminine. But when we do these things, there's certain ways on how you can match an energy on its own. So when you communicate, when you participate, it's kind of like you can say something to get the whole crowd of people focusing and paying attention on you. That's kind of you using your air. And then whatever you're saying, you can be saying some real shit. That's you using your fire. You know what I'm saying? So you being passionate about whatever you're saying. So you could be in a group with a group of people, and they're they seem lost or something like that. And with them being lost, right? It's kind of like the fucking how I say it's kind of like the fire being man, shut the fuck up. It's kind of like the fire being your language, your words, yo. So that's kind of like why in the Bible they talked about the flaming sword. The flaming sword is your verbalization. You know what I'm saying? Your verbalization, the way you communicate, the way you talk. So that's why your words are the weapons. You know what I'm saying? That's why they always correlate the words with the weapons because words can hurt and shit. And that's why they came up with the allegory of sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But see, that allegory is kind of so it's kind of like sticks and stones will be the aspects of earth, stones will be the aspects of our earth too. So it's kind of like the aspect of earth and air. So it's kind of like a masculine and feminine within that totality. So it's kind of like saying, oh yeah, earth. It's kind of backwards though. So it's kind of like earth won't hurt me, but earth will help me, but earth won't. What's it? Earth will help me, but air won't. Or won't hurt me. It's kind of weird. I know these words, but it's kind of like shit like that. So it's kind of, but it's backwards. It's really like airs hurt you, but earth don't, because earth is like the shield. You know what I'm saying? But the stones will be aspect of like how far. It's kind of like you know how if you're in a high space as a spirit and spirits can throw all types of rocks and stones at you, but they can't reach that because you're too far. That's kind of like the aspect. If you're a wise spirit, you see shit differently, especially if you're an archangel. Shit like totally. So if so your angle is so far out, people can throw all types of rocks and shit at you. They can't reach you. So the best thing they can do is the air to say something to you. But see, if that air can't even puncture you, then nigga, that means you're on some whole other level. So it's kind of like that aspect in the whole totality and shit like that. So sticks and stones may break my bones, but will never hurt me. It's kind of the aspect of just understanding where air won't hurt me and earth won't fade me. You know what I'm saying? Air won't hurt me and earth won't face me, or shit like that. So it's kind of like when you understand that, it's kind of like you're in spaces of where you actually know, like it's like that, the actual things of why spirits come up with ideas and conclusions of why they come up with certain ideas of that's why I say children's songs, children's allegories of words and shit like that be the most spiritual shit ever. You know what I'm saying? That's why in that one song I said what that shit, I forgot what I said, but I said something, no, whatever I said. But that's like a whole allegory. Wait, was it? I think it was Ring Around the Rosie. Yeah. So I didn't say Ring Around the Rosie. I was like, girl, you know I fuck with you, but of course, yeah, you know I flew way out this man, fuck this world. So I basically, since the actual allegory of it was Ring Around the Rosie. So basically, Ring Around the Rosie is the allegory of, since we're rotating to the left. That's the rosies. That's the ring around. So when we're ringing around that actual thing, ring around the rosy and ashes will be like your mind. Like the when you have a mind, it always comes in and creates this realm of reality. And then ashes, we all fall down. That's you fall down into your hell. So you fall down into the mind. It's like, kind of like an algorithm of how we fell as angels. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the whole perspective of it. So when that's what I'm saying. When you know how we're all fallen angels, it's kind of like you come up with the conclusion that we all had footprints in the sand that we do. So it's kind of like I invert that energy. Now that song, it's like once you know like witchcraft and certain planet alignments, you know how to become the best musician in existence. And it don't matter how you sound or how people may think you sound, or what people may say to you. Oh, nigga, this shit not, nah, nigga. At, at the end of the day, people are gonna find up in their heart or find some sort of way of thinking or feeling that, nigga, this shit actually hot though. This shit actually, I fuck with it. I don't know why, but see, it's because I did witchcraft. And don't see witchcraft as a bad thing. Don't see witchcraft as a negative thing. See the witchcraft as like, no, we all do this, nigga. Me even talking is witchcraft. Me even moving my hand this is witchcraft, nigga. Everything is witchcraft. So it's either, are you gonna get onto the game? Are you gonna hop on the game? Are you gonna hop on the wave, or are you gonna let the wave you know what I'm saying, flood you, and you're gonna drown in that wave and be timid and scared of life and all types of shit, nigga? You might as well just use it because you're in your hair right now. So the whole point of it is to learn that these are just tools. So when we understand these are just our tools for ourselves, is to understand the best way we can use it for ourselves, because we're all doing shit to figure out, like it's like we're all trying to, it's like in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension, everything is 480. So 480 is like how you be paying attention. So it's kind of like that when you be paying attention to something, you make that, it's like you're deciphering that. See, down here is different, but up there is the four. So when you're seeing in 480, it's not only is it more clear, not only is it more, it's like dimness. It's like what is it? It's dimness. No, brightness and dimness. It may not even be that. It's some other shit, but I can't think of it right now because I'm already in the spirit. So I'm talking right now. So when I be saying this shit, know that like the 480 concept is like, that's why sometimes you may have dreams where if you may be in a certain space of where you're trying to like decipher something, you're in something, but see, your mind is like a snake, so you always be shedding. So especially even if you know you be doing this, you come to the conclusion that when you be shedding and shit like that, this you already be like taking shit out your mind. It's kind of like your mind is like a snake, but it ain't really a snake. But it's like if you got skin like snake. So when it starts shedding and shit like that, it starts to get more clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer, and then boom, you can be in that realm. So that shedding aspect is an allegory of the mind not killing itself, but you killing a mind state. You know what I'm saying? So when you kill a certain mind state, now you're in clearer spaces, you're in more vivid spaces, you're in more spaces of where you can relate whatever you're doing, whatever you're actually like you're looking at, you know what I'm saying, you're internalizing in that realm of reality. You have ways on how you can see that shit in a broad perspective, because when you see that, now you have other ways on how you can maneuver and manipulate in whatever the circumstances, situations, shit like that. So it's kind of like, and that's why it's good not to really fuck with our mind, you know what I'm saying? Because minds be going through like, spaceships and planes and jets and aircrafts and whatever, anything that flies. They don't go through shit like that where they got. But see, I understand. So sometimes I be wanting to go into certain minds and understand why people think the way they think, because I be on mission time, and so when I be going through a mind, like I also had a thing I did where the mind is like a notebook or use whatever I said, but it's like the allegory I came up with, that's kind of like, since the mind being like a notebook and the spirit being the observer, the notebook tries to be like the spirit. So the notebook tries to write what the spirit does. So, but see, when you're in a world where, see, we all share minds, we all fucking the mind, we're all sharing our experiences, all that shit. So when we're fucking and doing all types of shit in the mind, it's kind of like you be writing all types of shit down, the shit your mind be doing, the shit that the notebook be doing, and as the spirit, right? So when it gets to a certain point, you start to see certain pages though that individuals be lost in. And that's like an allegory of this an individuals in one mind state, one way of thinking. Not they never want to broaden a perspective of actual life. They always want to think a certain way of thinking and feeling. So that's kind of like the allegory of this nigga. Niggas stuck in a page. Niggas, you know what I'm saying? Niggas stuck in pages. Niggas stuck in this page because some other mind that they were correlating with got them lost in this, or some other person just thought it was better here and they didn't want to move and they didn't want because they didn't want to transform. See, so then when you try to flip the page and go and look for different clear papers, different clear sheets and shit like that, you always come to the same conclusion, man. What the fuck, niggas done filled up this whole shit. So that's just an allegory of nigga. People just get lost in one way and how to see shit in general. That's what this world is. This world is like it's like a Luciferian world. People just be lost in one ways and how to see shit and represent shit. And that's an allegory of that too. It's kind of like so it affects you because you're a part of this world too. You know what I'm saying? You were a part of this creation of this world. So nigga, you can't get mad and be like, oh, why? You know, I'm in this world. I hate it. Nah, nigga, but you came down here, nigga. So you can't even get mad. You gotta be in spaces where nigga, since you came down here, nigga, you gotta take as much responsibility as the next person. You know what I'm saying? And when you take spiritual responsibility, God got you because God sees, all right, nigga, I can trust you. You know what I'm saying? Because now that you see that all that shit ain't shit and all that shit was nothing, nigga, make that something look like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Make that something look like nothing and treat it like it ain't shit. So when you treat it like it ain't shit, you can broaden your awarenesses. You can broaden the way you think and feel. You can broaden everything you do that represents yourself. So when you broaden that, now you're in spaces where you can create some whole big ass planes, big ass spaceships, big ass flying saucers, whatever you be creating. You can create some big ass starships and flying that shit. And when you flying that shit, all of them are spaceships. And when you flying that shit, the thing you're doing is just you're no longer in a mind, you know what I'm saying? And the mind you do create, and even it's a spaceship, you know what I'm saying? That's what God and angels, all angels were God's pilot, you know what I'm saying? Angels were God's pilot in general. So motherfucking that every time I'm in my spaceship, I tell God, nigga, I seen nigga singing, nigga talk about singing, many men wish that. I'm like, this cat, man, what the fuck, nigga? Because you know, it's weird. It's like it's just up some other shit going on. So it's like, man, this nigga be like singing, but it don't really sound like the actual shit down here. Like, man, it's some other shit, and I can't explain it, so I'm not even try to explain it. But yeah, I think so. When I be flying that shit, this cat be singing in the back, and it be giving me some music inspirations and ideas to go for. Like, I got so much music and museo and music shit I want to put out there that sounds different. It don't even sound like it's from this world because it's not, but it's some shit that all came from my plane, from the mind, from the spaceship, from the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension. So shit that it's kind of like once you know your footprints, you know on how you maneuver and you move as a spirit. So nigga, we all, and you come to the conclusion that we all doing this in general too. So we all got this the spirit within us. You know what I'm saying? We all got, not within us, but because, you know what I'm saying, but it's kind of like the spirit is flowing and flying within us. You know what I'm saying? So you're always traveling to each organ, each system, each solar system, each whatever you want to call it within yourself. You're always traveling. So now you have a sense of a like a principle, or a sense of a virtue. So when you know how to treat these things like actual body, like it's like this. It's like this, like the whole, like a chakra in itself. You can call it anything. You can call your chakra a world. You can call your chakra chakras. You can call it you know what I'm saying? You can call it anything. You know what I'm saying? Flights. You can call it whatever. See, but as long as you have in your mind that these things are their own world in general. So now you know each world you're flying to, you have new ways on how to broaden your and accept your awareness, and not accept your, but put out your awareness. So now you can change the minds. You can help other folks, like individuals like you that want to be helped. You know what I'm saying? Individuals that want to be change the world too. So when you're in spaces like that, the only thing that comes up in your temple when you explain these shit, not really, it don't really come up here, but this is I just be talking, right? So when it comes out in the first in the first house, when you explain it through the second to the first house, it has no choice but to be relatable, because now you're in spaces of where you know how to even relate in the system. So you're in a relationship with yourself, with your people. Since you already know God, they already know God. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like now you gotta let them know how to maneuver, how to represent themselves with you. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in spaces of where, nigga, since we're in a dog world anyway, might as well play ball. So you whatever you may be doing, it may seem negative, it may seem not right, it may seem like not situated, but as long as you have in your mind that whatever you're doing is for the bigger picture, is for the bigger cause, you know what I'm saying, then whatever you're doing is for God, you know what I'm saying, and God just wants to see you try, you know what I'm saying. So it's kind of like shit like that. Don't get it persuade, don't get your shit persuade, don't get your shit like don't get weak in the knees if it's not necessary, you know what I'm saying. Don't get all that shit, because you can be in situations where don't you rather be weak in the knees with a consort, you know what I'm saying, instead of by yourself always being scared. Oh shit, I don't want to do. Nigga, be weak in the knees with someone that matches your energy, a spiritual relationship. So when you're with a consort, and y'all can be weak in the knees in other areas. You know what I'm saying? But shit like that. So it's kind of like that in a way. We all it's like that aspect of just coming together and creating one. You know what I'm saying? And connecting like that in a whole general perspective. So when we connect to that in a whole general perspective, we're in spaces of where nigga, we all do this shit for you know what I'm saying, for the bigger cause, for the bigger picture. For the bigger cause, for the bigger picture. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I just want to see if it was clear. But yeah, shit like that. Cause sometimes it won't be clear sometimes. But yeah, shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking things like that, man. Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna end it right here, though. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate all y'all and everyone for watching. This has been if you're watching this, then congratulations. You are a spiritual one of a kind. You are a spiritual being. You are an ascended master, a real ascended master. You know what I'm saying? You know all the deep adeptus, darkness, behind closed doors, spiritual, everything, nigga, because nigga, you watch this channel, and then it's even better if you watch Uriel, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that, nigga. And nigga, we flying out this motherfucker, and check it out, nigga. Jet Spark Star Pilot out in this motherfucker, and I love and appreciate all y'all for watching this, you know what I'm saying. We out. You know what I'm saying?